JanetOnOccasion, today playing another Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So as you can see, Chaos is cooling. Found this weird Chaos thing in a well, so that's fun. And yeah, here's my horde. So yeah, I'm against Bretonnia. So I wasn't entirely sure about this build, actually, when I hit go. But so I brought 3 lots of Chaos Moral's great weapons. I've got my usual aspiring champions, you know, to inspire people. So better morale for these guys. I've got 2 lots of Chaos Trolls, always good for sort of fencing in big units, you know, with a lot of cavalry and stuff. It's kind of nice to have, you know, trolls just getting in the way. And also I brought Archaon, the Ever-Chosen, which, you know, doesn't get brought a lot, but I like him, also brought a couple of Chaos Warriors with halberds, just fantastic at tearing through cavalry. They're amazing. They are so hard for Bretonnia to deal with, actually. I kind of wish I brought more of them. But they are quite expensive. And I also brought a couple of Forsaken, in case they brought, well, any peasants, basically. And over here, I brought some Shaggoths and some Chaos Warriors with poison. Now, this is a bit of a risk, because they're very vulnerable to a lot of ranged fire. And, yeah, they can get dived on by sort of Pegasus Knights and things and taken out really easily, because they're very big targets. But, you know, usually you don't see this, you know, this sort of couple. But I like bringing them. They're quite fun for sort of anti-cavalry, you know, units, especially backed up with things, because people don't really know what to make of them, because no one really brings Dragon Ogres as a unit. So, but yeah, they got good anti-large, a lot of damage. It's good. So, and now I've actually got a big peasant army to deal with. So, as you can see, he's got men-at-arms with pole arms. He's got 4 lots of them, 1 on either side, 2 on either side. He's got 4 foot squires in the middle, and he's got a load of peasant bowmen. Well, 1 with pox arrows, the rest are standard. And here he's got 3 units of Pegasus Knights. So that's pretty terrifying. And he's got a standard Lord on Hippogriff. So yeah, it should be a good one. So if I speed things up a bit. So immediately he's over here. So yeah, these guys are going to be a big target. So here he comes in for them. So immediately I pull back. I have these guys just pathed, all hard grouped and you know, told to attack. And then I peel off units as necessary. That's usually my strategy for these guys. So, as you can see, I've put my Forsaken either side, because I want to get them around the back, because they will be able to tear through all these peasants. It'll be great. So, here starts coming in, so I start coming in with my Chaos Halberds as well, which he does see, and he leaves. Here, though, with the sort of hard targeting, as soon as they get to a certain distance, then they just charge, which isn't great for me, because it means Archaon is charging in on his own. Luckily, though, I didn't see him, so, yeah, when I see him move over this way, I pull Archaon back. Unfortunately, not very quickly. But, so I start posturing these guys over this way. I get my trolls back in this way. I don't want them fighting the pole arms, so I send them after the foot squires. These lot, you know, good shock damage, but they've been taking so much arrow fire. So here, yep, they realise Archaon's sort of safe again amongst his guys. I've taken a lot of damage from arrows coming into this fight, but you know, definitely got advantage. Annoyingly though, here, really hard to see what was going on here, but he does actually dive on my Shaggoths, and they're taking a lot of arrow fire. And now there's a load of Pegasus and crap all dealing with them, which is unfortunate. But they've sort of landed all over the place, and now I'm coming with my halberds, so that's kind of good for me. You know, my Dragon Ogres, they got completely dumpstered, but they were a nice big target, big juicy target for him. And you can see here, Forsaken are absolutely cleaning up on the sides. This one's taking a lot of bow fire, which is a bit of a shame, but they are doing a hell of a lot of damage to the peasants before eventually running away. So yeah, front line, bit of a mix as to what's going on. I get a nice bombardment here, does some damage to the foot squires, actually pretty considerable that. But now my Forsaken are in the back line, so these archers are toast. They're completely doomed. And also these Pegasus Knights are taking an absolute beating. So that's really good news for me. I think one group's already run away, has it? No, apparently there's still 3 in here, somewhere. Oh yeah, so there's that one, yeah, that one, and that one. So that one's completely dishevelled. So 1 unit fighting halberds, not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. But yeah, so things are going pretty well. I mean, ish. It's a bit hard to call at this point. We've got a lot of guys starting to run. Most of my marauders are dead, but I am all up in their back lines. My Forsaken are causing an absolute, you know, nuisance in the back. And here, my halberds, they're doing fine. They're so hard to kill, even with the enemy's pole arms. They will fight for ages. And so I've actually thrown his Lord in there. It means I can just wrap up other stuff, because, yeah, they are not going to kill those halberds in a hurry. So also got my Shaggoths back, that's nice. So yeah, now I can sort of push forward, do more damage to these archers, and you can see he does dive in with his Pegasus Knights. So I got my Chaos Warhounds in here, poisoning them, and I come with my Shaggoths for a few hits, and I even send in Archaon as well to try and help out. So that's good news. Unfortunately, still got some bowmen online. And over here though, my Forsaken have come back. He was chasing the pole arms for ages, which was very annoying. So here, use a Flaming Sword of Ruin, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, Flaming Sword of Ruin. So more damage for everyone. That's fun. So help cleave through these guys quicker. So as you can see, more Pegasus Knights are gone. And both units are actually completely tattered. So that's great news for me. So that's basically all of his expensive units gone. It's just his Lord and then some peasants. So now things are looking a lot better. Yeah, things are looking a lot better. But my morale's not the best, and his Lord can cause terror. So, you know, it's still, yeah, it's still in debate. If he can regroup some units, yeah, he could potentially do a lot of damage to me. So, yeah, so here, you know, I've chased all them away. So I sent my Warhounds over here to try and keep this Lord pinned, because I know that my Halberds are going to be doing a lot of damage to him. As you can see, they have done a lot of damage to him. So that's great. If I can keep him in this fight a bit longer, then, you know, my Halberds can really start to pay off. Because now they don't have to worry about those pole arms. It's just the Lord they're all attacking. So that's great. So I come in with everybody now over this way to try and help out, and have my Forsaken chase down, you know, whatever units are left. So that's really good news for me. I've also got some other ones somewhere. No, that's the Aspiring Champions. Where are they? There they are. So yeah, still got a load of Forsaken there to, you know, chase peasants away with. Oh, I love Forsaken in this matchup. They just absolutely destroy. So yeah, here, he's getting away. So yeah, so I go for his peasants instead. Because if I can deal with the peasants, he's going to have to land. So, which is why I'm trying to chase these guys off the map. I know these guys are going to be coming back, but I've got 2 units being chased off here. So as soon as they touch the edge, they're gone and I can redirect. So that's great for me. And yeah, here you can see these foot squires did not stand a chance against this blob. It's pretty formidable actually. Chaos Warriors with Halberds, you know, I've got the Aspiring Champions in there, Archaon obviously. Still got some Marauders, got some Forsaken, you know, that's a tough blob to counter. You know, that's sort of jack of all trades in there. There's not a lot that could run in there and deal with it. They've got, you know, bonuses against pretty much anything that can be thrown at them, so that's great. So now though, he sees these Forsaken, tries to save his men, so he charges him with his Lord. I'm quite happy for him to do that, you know, keeps him busy. And I am going to do some damage to these foot squires. So I'm quite happy to sit here and finish off these foot squires, because they're going to survive for a bit longer. That Lord isn't going to wrap them all up quick enough. So that's great. Send Archaon in, and I hit him with a nice fireball. So he's used his potion of toughness at this point. And now he's back to almost half health again, which is great. So I come in here, hit his peasant bowman, they're going to run away almost immediately. They are not going to hold up well against Archaon. So I just path my Forsaken straight through. So he's still, you know, he's either got to come and attack or just stay on the ground, because, well, yeah, look, he doesn't really have many other units. They could shatter at this point. He needs to be landed, or he needs to regroup. But seeing that things are looking a bit grim, he charges me. So I just surround him with everything, and things are looking pretty good at this point. So come with Archaon, you'll see he gets a really good hit on him in a second. So I pop his, so I use Flaming Sword of Ruin again to get some extra bonus damage against him, and I'm pretty sure I use his other abilities as well. There we go, Stand or Die, Foe Seeker triggered. And, yeah, I get a fairly good hit on him. Yeah, was it? Okay, not as good hit I thought, but either way, he's been chased off. And that's game. So yeah, I thought that's quite a fun one. Because yeah, Bretonnia are a tough one. They're quite versatile nowadays, and a lot of their infantry is pretty sturdy. But against Chaos, you can't really match them for infantry. I mean, earlier on in the week, possibly last week, I did a Bretonnia versus Chaos matchup, and I brought all cavalry, just all cavalry. So you know, I get so many surrounds and charges on you know, on everything, and that seems to work a lot better. But yeah, you can't really compete with Chaos's infantry with your infantry. And unfortunately, he got his Pegasus Knights caught up on halberds so often in that fight that yeah, he just didn't really get the benefit of these guys, unfortunately. I mean, that's a huge investment, 3 lots of Pegasus Knights. Really terrifying. But if we look over here, so I was dealing with quite cheap infantry. My Marauders actually did pretty damn well for Marauders. Because they're great weapons. They're actually really formidable against foot squires. So that's pretty sweet. Aspiring Champions, they always do pretty well. But yeah, Trolls did almost nothing. They got killed by archers. Dragon Ogres, they got killed by archers and Pegasus. So, you know, they all got taken out. But Chaos Warhounds are poisoned. They managed to do a lot of damage. Well, not a lot of damage, but a lot of poisoning. So, you know, keeping enemies from escaping while I dealt with them, with other units. So, really useful. But MVP, Forsaken, 284 kills. I mean, what the hell is that? That's insane. So yeah, Forsaken in this matchup are just amazing. It doesn't really matter what they throw at them. Obviously they weren't fighting foot squires, which are most heavily armoured. That was all against polearms and obviously bowmen. They just cut up easily. But they're so quick that once they cause, you know, Bretonnian troops to run away, they can just keep chasing them off the map. You know, if they get to the end of the map before being torn up. So yeah, they're just so good against peasants. So, yeah, not great against cavalry, though. If he'd brought more cavalry, I wouldn't have done a thing with these. They would just got charged by even, like, knights errant and all knocked over and killed. So that would have been terrible. But, yeah, it happens. So, yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good. Some of my units just did not perform well. Because they were targeted early. But, yeah, just my core army there performed fantastically. He just couldn't deal with it. His, you know, his infantry weren't tough enough. These first guys did great though. 77 kills, not bad, not bad. Not quite 284, but still. So yeah, it's a cool build though. These bowmen actually, like, you can't see it particularly well here, but I think they did pretty damn well because they're quite cheap units, but they completely tore up my most expensive units. My trolls, they were completely dealt with, and same with the dragon ogres. So that's 3 very expensive units that were just completely wasted. You know, he just took him out with bowmen straight away. So that was really good use of his, you know, cheap bowmen. So yeah, I'd say that was pretty good going. So yeah, that was a fun one. So thanks, Raven Cheesemo, Raven Cheesemo. Yep, I'm sticking with it. So yeah, hopefully see you on the ladder soon. And guys, if you enjoyed this, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.